Rats. Let's clear this sulfur-sodden fucks out so Hayes can rest in peace.
Alright.
Here we go! They were destined to die! Don't mess with us!
Is that it? Buried near the surface of Hayes' grave is a small lockbox. Its hinges rusted through, and its wood almost completely rotted. It nearly falls apart in my hands, but in it, I managed to find a tarnished silver medallion bearing the letters Sharon. Thoughts?
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. I think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him.
Hold on, tell me about the UDL contract.
I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took it. They said they'd be back in a couple of weeks and that maybe we could all use the money to get off Monarch. That was a long time ago.
And you didn't try and find them?
I should have. I really should have. But soon after they left, Hayes and the others died. And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Because it hurt like hell to do so.
Well, for what it's worth, I'm glad you're trying to confront it.
Thanks. I'm still not convinced I won't come to regret it, but we've started down this path. Might as well see it through. Maybe it'll stop me screaming at night. Now come on.
Yeah.
Let's make tracks before Hiram
Wait,
dies
what?
of old age.
Alright.
The hell? Look up. What's he doing up there?
Hey, Manic Queen Slayer, over here!
What the hell? Who are you?
That assist was a violation of corporate law if I ever saw one. Since it was to my benefit, and we're largely in lawless lands, I'll look the other way. C3 owes you one, stranger.
Awfully sensible for a businessman, aren't you?
It's what I'm known for. Or what I'm usually known for, the occasional mishap notwithstanding. You haven't seen Constance, have you?
Who?
Ah, there's her torso. And better be her legs over yonder, never mind. I'm Bertold.
What in
Okay.
the void are you thinking, creeping around a Mannequin like that?
At the time, I was thinking, please don't see me, oh law, I don't want to die, nah. Now I'm thinking it was stupid to come in here.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Killing marauders and hooligans, as I am handsomely paid to do. Of course, as me and Constance discovered, they ain't the only forms of life inhabiting these caverns. I owe you a debt for saving my neck, stranger, and I mean to pay it. There's a station up the way. It's where my C3s are posted.
Oh
We
yeah.
can talk more there where it's safe. I'll be on my way. Once I've gathered up Constance's parts.
Okay.
Hey, Maniqueen Slayer. Glad you made it in one piece. After
Hello?
all, not everyone's so lucky. Meet my corporate compliance crew. Then check out our weapons locker inside. I reckon you'll find something you like. Then we call it even between us.
Kind of odd for a group of mercs to label themselves as a corporate entity.
The corporate model is the oldest and most efficient, not to mention stable structure history has ever shown us. Plus, corporations got certain rights not entailed to individuals. I lead the C3s. Addie covers our payroll and expenditures. Lance handles the human capital. And Donald is our charming public face. Our system works. We've racked up more confirmed kills than any other crew you can hire.
Alright, well, why are you guys guarding this station?
We were hired to do so. Why else? You did get the memo that we're mercenaries? Our client's a bit unorthodox, sure. He calls himself the broker, and prefers the glow of a terminal to flesh and blood interaction. But I can't fault his work ethic. Our current
Right.
gig's to stop, by means of lethal force, any creatures exiting the caverns, including but not limited to marauders, iconoclasts, and agents operating for the MSI.
Well, how about we call it even if you help me wipe out the marauders at the broadcast station?
You drive a hard bargain, Mannequin Slayer. It don't make much financial sense for C3 to expend resources on any killing beyond the contract stipulations. As the Marauders didn't enter from the caves, the requirements are murky. At the same time, we do want to keep our client alive until the payment's cleared.
Alright, so let's do this.
We recommended the client safeguard himself, so I don't expect that the main doors will be accessible. Find a way to open them, and we'll clear any hostiles on the inside. I'd best radio ahead for Joy and Hudson to prep for us. They'll be at the station entrance, ready with our finest auto mechanicals to assist you. C3s, prepare to move out.
There you are! Fox radioed ahead. Said I'm to follow you. Provide whatever support you need. If those bastards start shooting, we'll join in. I gotta warn you, my girl Sunshine here is a tad trigger-happy. Of course, me and her will follow your lead. Just wanted you to know we wouldn't begrudge you of any violent inclinations.
Your gun's the trigger-happy one, or you are?
Ain't it the same, really? I'd say me and my piece meet each other halfway on the issue. She likes to be used, and I like to put her to good use. As so very often as I can. We can tell friend from foe, mind you, but it's probably best not to walk directly in front of us.
Alright, well, same thing goes for you. No need to wait on me, after you.
You're A-okay, stranger. Hear that, Hudson? It's payday.
That's right. Let's do this. Charge!
Sometimes violence is the only way.
Come on, let's go.
That's the last of them.
Alright.
Hiram must have sealed the door. He's spook Susie.
Oh. Well, let's find a way to unseal it. Or I guess we'll have to find another way in.
You may not realize this, being as you're an outsider, but the blaring alarms indicate the station's on lockdown. Which means you can't ever get to me. So leave already.
Huh? You
Can't.
Tell them how it's done.
Here's the elevator, but it ain't gonna budge while this place is on lockdown.
Tuh.
Guess we keep moving.
Sorry
forward.
about that.
Look for another way up.
Yep.
You out there, whoever you are, yes.
Hello?
Yes, I can see you. Come here and talk.
You can
to
see me.
face the intercom.
Hello.
I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by Marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, he hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple-berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody broadcast.
I need to see the information broker about...
No. We'll deal with information-related business later. As I said, there are bigger problems threatening my life and livelihood at this very moment. The Marauders want me dead. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I need you to clear out the threat. As my newest contractor, you may call me the broker.
Or we
Hello?
can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the broker being a dumbass alternative.
What? Everyone calls me that. Aside from you.
Speaking of which, I'm working with Bertolt. C3 is ready to fight.
Oh, now they'll take action. It's about time, I tell you. I'm up to my neck in marauders in here, which, by the by, they were supposed to prevent. I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to lock them down again.
And how many marauders broke into the station?
Too many, considering I hired a bunch of no-good mercs to keep them out in the first place.
Yeah.
Already they've caused considerable damage to the station's property. If they take down the broadcast equipment, I'll be out of a job, permanently.
I'll see what I can do. Don't mind if I do.
Here they come. I've had quite enough of you.
Boom. Yeah. Who else wants some?
Ha! Time to collect a fine bounty.
I said, who else wants some?
Unrivaled.
That's the last of them.
Alright then.
Marauder free at last. I'll get the door. Do hurry on it.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a celebration. And you got me my money's worth out of the C3s. I ought to have simply dealt with you in the first place.
Well, think nothing of it.
Oh no, my business is in trade, not owing others the burden of a favor. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit,
Sure.
I do wonder why Nyoka has brought you to me. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why, in the nebula, are you here?
I told you, I'm looking for a certain information broker.
Ah yes, our little chat on the intercom. You're looking for the premier broker for all of Monarch, which you knew was me, clearly. Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contracts, always.
Oh, you do you? I have lost track of the number of beers you owe me for chasing raptidons off your stoop.
You said that in a way that was almost believable.
I take offense to that. Look, okay. It might take me a while this time.
And why is that?
I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission containing the information we desire. But MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling each other's outgoing transmissions. Luckily, however, the Iconoclasts have now gone silent. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Perhaps?
If you did, then you would have had my impressed gratitude. Still, we need to get MSI off the airwaves. I will leave the means to that particular end under your discretion.
And how is this a problem again?
The bandwidth! There's too much blasted background noise. Nothing gets through but their local broadcasts. Which of course has inadvertently affected the incoming port and my livelihood.
Alright, well, can't we cut them off from inside the station?
No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. Nothing extraplanetary can get in or out until the frequency pollution thins out. The safest bet is to convince Sanjar and MSI to stop transmitting on their end.
Alright, I'll try to talk some sense into them.
You do that, I'll be here, waiting on the receiving end. Luck be with you. I have a feeling you'll be needing a pinch of it, plus a vat of patience.
Alright, well, before I go, Nyoka here needs a favor.
Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
She's your friend, and she's in need. Hiram, you're the only one who can help.
Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra too.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes round one of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck.
So, you're an info broker. What's that?
Is that a trick question? Because to answer it, you'd need to pay me. Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. Ask me anything you'd like. I'll even offer it for free. We'll call it an exchange for your help with the broadcasts. Ask me what you will.
Alright. Do you know anything about, Phineas?
Not much, admittedly.
You must know something about him.
Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is history. As far as what's between us, I mean. Outside of that, well, that's a Raptidon of another color.
I'm listening.
I do know this much. There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous and for self-gain. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source, but I am also not unconvinced either.
Alright, let me ask you about something else.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Have you received any broadcasts from Earth?
What? No. Why would I go out of my way to intercept messages from Earth? There's no market for them. No buyer means it's not worth my time. Now, if you wanted me to intercept a certain one, that might be worth it for the right price.
Let's talk about the board.
There are so many members. Do specify.
Got any compromising information on the chairman?
If you try to cite me on this, I will deny. Do you understand?
Sure.
What I'm about to reveal is the sort of information that gets a body disappeared. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status.
Yeah, I thought as much. So the chairman demonizes Monarch rather than welcome it back onto the fold.
Exactly. But you didn't hear so much as a whisper of such from me.
Let me ask you something else.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
I'm curious about the MSI and the Iconoclasts.
They are a curious lot. Insufferable. And short-sighted, too. What else do you wish to know?
What's the story between MSI and the Iconoclasts?
You mean between MSI, the Iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch. Back
Oh,
when
really?
the colony was still Terra 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership.
And there was nothing in it for you, huh?
Even then, I plied my trade as an information broker, albeit in a smaller capacity. Of course, I demanded an exchange for the data. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's Peak Station. Unfortunately, relations have soured over time.
And why is that?
Competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executives they sought to reform. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray.
Well, I could use some dirt on Sanjar Nandi if you got some.
Sanjar's not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next century. He'll never be reinstated. Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died during the massacre at Amber Heights.
What do you mean?
I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Terra 1, once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes in the night.
I see. Well, I'm curious about Graham Bryant's deep, dark secrets.
Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him sweat-drenched and screaming.
Oh.
I would assume it stems from the friends and family he lost in Amber Heights all those years ago.
Oh. Alright, let me ask you something else.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
That's enough gossip for now.
How low you seemingly regard my trade.
I need to head out.
Sure. You know where to find me if you need me.
I sure do.
I'd stake my reputation on this being an ambush.
Keep your guard up. Whoever got to them may still be nearby.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Stay back. I may be wounded, but I'm still armed. How'd you get past my traps anyway?
I've got, moves.
Just remember, I still got bullets, in case you get any funny ideas. What are you doing out here anyway?
Here, let me take a look at your wounds.
That feels a mite better. Wish I had something to give you, but I knocked through my last scrap worse than an hour ago.
So, what's with all the traps?
A cave like this makes a handy place to store goods or hide out for a spell. And the traps usually keep gawkers out.
Alright. I want to know what happened here.
Catherine had us making drops of some big shot client out here. And before you ask, I don't know who they are. Or were. The whole point of making drops in the middle of nowhere was to keep their identity and whereabouts a secret.
So you think they're dead?
The Marauders knew we were coming. Rigged the bridge with explosives and everything. If they found us, my guess is they found the client too.
Well, where did the Marauders go?
Last I saw, they were heading back up the hill. You'll see it on the right when you get out of here. If you've got the stand to go after him, I'm sure Catherine can reward you for your trouble. Me? I'm headed back to Fallbrook just as soon as I caught my breath.
Alright.
How's Clive? I do hope you gave him my regards.
I got a proposition for you. From Clive.
Oh, this ought to be good. What does he mean to offer in exchange for his no-account life?
Clive is willing to be your, cleaner if you leave the factory to him.
True enough. I got bodies piling up, drawing attention where they ought not to be.
I'll
But
bet.
if I take the factory, I don't need Clive to dispense of my messes. Can appoint someone to handle it myself.
Well, who better to handle the cleaning than Clive? The sublight idiots mucking it up now?
Point taken. Good help is hard to come by. Plus, Clive doesn't seem the type to upchuck his boards during dismemberment. Still, you're asking me to walk away from easy money.
Well, you gotta keep in mind, running a factory is hard, tedious work.
So are a lot of things in life. And your point is?
Clive is offering a cut of the profits and free disposal every Tuesday, 3 a.m.
Alright. Color me convinced. Reckon I owe you a finder's fee. Don't spend it all in one place. Unless it's here.
Also, I found one of your sublight supply runners hiding in a cave.
I'll presume you mean Arthur. The one you sent scurrying back like a sprat with his tail cut off?
Yeah.
Reckon I'm happy he's alive. I'd be happier if the marauders who botched my drop were dead.
Alright, well. That's enough for now. What? Whoa! Sorry. What the hell's going on here?
Damn it all. Now look what you've done. It'll take me ages to round him up again.
Me?
Purpose, or get out of my face, domicile intruder.
Well, believe it or not, I'm looking for some missing sprats. You wouldn't have seen any around?
Missing? Nope. Nope. Mine are all found and accounted for. Thank you kindly. Now that'll be all. Got an animal rescue service to oversee. It ain't easy. Lots to do. Got a multitude of sprats to stay and feed.
Rescue sprats, as in rescued from Sublight's shipping tunnels?
Day in, day out. They ran their little route, getting picked off along the way. What was I to do? Turn a blind eye? Malin's an animal lover. You won't hold my actions against me. Look. I don't care if Nilsson said you or not. You won't be hurting a hair on any of these sprats' heads. I've killed vicious beasts for them. I ain't afraid to take on a human. Back out of this domicile, hands up, or become sprat food, intruder.
No need for vivisection. Sprats possess rapid digestive systems.
You want to dig through sprat droppings? Be my guest. Get your drugs. They'll get lost.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna be doing. Excuse me. Warm to the touch. There we go. Alright. Thanks for your time, buddy.
Got the goods? Because I know you wouldn't be wasting my time otherwise. Wink, wink.
As a matter of fact, I do.
You do? I mean, you do! Of course you do! What did I tell you? Sure, fire delivery system. Works almost every time.
Sure, until someone comes along and rescues them from their pathetic lives.
Sure, they're wrapped on fodder and suffer the occasional overdose when the container dissolves in their stomach acid. Wait, what do you mean rescued them?
Well, Bertrand didn't appreciate the abuse they're suffering, so he stole them from the tunnels.
That deranged piece of rat shit! If Bertrand ain't already dead, he's about to be. I owe you for bringing this breach of security to my attention. As promised, your cut, plus a little extra to show my gratitude. Now, if there's nothing else you need from me, I must go inventory my goods.
Alright, well, it was a pleasure doing business with you.
Captain, I need your help, and we ought to keep it hush-hush.
What is it?
You know about what happened here, right? The history of Amber Heights?
Not
talking about
particular, eh?
Back when the corps were pulling out, pirates raided the place and killed the MSI bigwigs living here.
Right. Common belief is that the pirates fled to an old relay station that had already been abandoned, but nobody could find them. The station's locked up, but one of my people found an old data cartridge in a nearby rat nest.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
mostly corrupted, but I pulled a couple codes off of it. One is the code to the Amber Heights gate. I don't recognize the other, but it's similar. I bet it opens a door.
The Amber Heights Gate.
Right. The access codes to Amber Heights. What gets me is, if this belonged to the pirates, that means they knew someone there. If someone gave them the gate code, all those deaths, Captain, all that blood on their hands.
But a random door code doesn't sound useful.
I know it's a long shot, but if we miss something there, if you can get into that station, maybe we can get some answers.
And, why are we keeping this to ourselves?
Graham is on talking about the history here. We had friends who worked here. The massacre hit him pretty hard. You know him. Live and all that. I don't want to burden him right now, especially since I'm being a dead end.
Alright, go to the relay station, see if the code's useful. Anything else?
Just a warning. The area is infested with man-sores. Might send some help out, but we're preparing for war.
Right, I'm on it.
Appreciate it. Here's the code. If it works, bring back anything you find. Supplies are best, information should too. If someone was behind the Amber Heights massacre, they give a lot of people around here closure to find out who and string them up. Good luck. Watch out for arrows.
Alright.
Nyoka. Have you been? Nothing on this moon, nobody. There's a lot of heartbreak.
I found Lamont's body.
You know, tiny part, damn stupid part of me. Hope you still out there. When that happened.
They bought themselves a ticket off world, but they were attacked while waiting for it.
Well, we find a box of memories.
Yeah. Thing is, I found a list of agents in that outpost. You aren't on it.
Well, ain't you clever? Fine. I was supposed to pick him up that night. Thing is, another option came along. Been more lucrative.
Let me guess. That's not a box of memories.
Surely isn't. But it'll buy me some better ones. Look. I like your country. I was on the share bits. Here's your collection. Now go on. You know no man's best.
Alright, I'm going. Let's see here. Enter code. Oh, look at that. It worked. And behind the door is an empty room and an old data cartridge. Given the rust, the sulfur degradation, and the years spent sitting in dirt and dust, it'll be a miracle if anything can be found on it. Still, Zora would be interested to see it.
I'm back. Find anything out there?
I found a box of data cartridges.
Let's see. These are old. Looks like correspondences between the pirates. Some bits here, some there, some... Wait. This one's got the Amber Heights gate code on it. Just like the one I found earlier. And here's a letter. Wait, this is from Graham.
What?
All of them.
What do you mean?
He gave them the gate codes.
He caused the attack. He must have needed to take out the executives.
And their families. And all the hired help? I know he's got his head in the clouds, but I always believed there was a core of good there. The hell happened to live and let it live?
I always figured Mr. Bryant for a man of character. In the end, though, just another name on a long list of frauds.
Yeah, it's all fooled. Now I've got to sort out how to break it to the rest of my people. Thank you for bringing this back, but I need some time. Gotta think. I'll let you know if I figure something out.
Alright. Oh. Felix?
I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shower. Makes me wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born that way.
Is this about Graham?
At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for that better. But then we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony?
Don't go looking for role models, Felix. You're just asking to be lied to.
Yeah, maybe you're right. You'd never do something like that, would you? Slaughter a whole community of innocents?
Graham wasn't the one who killed all those people. He just allowed it to happen.
I'm sure Graham told himself the same thing. He wasn't the one who held the gun and pulled the trigger. All he did was turn a key. The thing is, that's all it takes. Sometimes the difference between right and wrong is turning a key, or looking the other way, or keeping your mouth shut when you ought to speak up. Let's get back to it. I need to put all this ugly business with Graham behind me.
Alright, Felix.